workforce, which the growth in jobs requiring STEM, a couple of data points highlighted there on the slide, really help underscore. So we're undergoing rapid economic change. The convergence of information technologies makes globalization all the more possible. In the midst of a once-in-a-generation global economic recession, really puts pressure on workers to adapt to an evolving workforce, which in turn puts pressures unlike anything I think we've seen in a generation on policymakers to invest in education and invest in being innovative in education to upgrade people's skills. So let me just sum up here with a couple of conclusions and implications. As I've said, we see that executives don't think the education system is performing very well, and therefore they're very likely to see education as the most important policy intervention that we could take to make our economy more competitive. But frustratingly, they're not aware of Common Core state standards, or at least most are not aware of Common Core state standards, which we think is clearly part of the picture in addressing these issues. So we have gaps in awareness, which makes the time very ripe for additional collaboration among stakeholders in the tech sector, in the non-tech sector, in the business community, to engage with policymakers and education to increase awareness of Common Core state standards and take the steps to make our workforce more prepared for the 21st century economy. So with that, I turn it back over to you and let you take another look at this nice cover for the white paper. Thank you very much.
John will be back in just a moment to moderate the panel that will be coming up, the social media town hall. And while we're speaking of social media, there's a hashtag if you're tweeting today. The hashtag is CCSSDC. That's CCSSDC. We would love to see your tweets about this so we can push this out. The next speaker will be Diana Daggett. She's a Converge US board member and the America Region Director of Corporate Affairs for Intel Corporation. Ms. Daggett oversees strategic community and government programs for Intel sites in the U.S. Her functional responsibilities include government relations, corporate social responsibility, education programs, community affairs, and communications. And prior to joining Intel, Ms. Daggett provided strategic affairs and communications. For strategic planning, management, and research services, and as a political and government relations consultant.